Hello everybody and welcome to another reaction video, and today we're going to be revisiting a band called Amaranthe. Now, when I came across this track on my list, I didn't actually remember the band, so when I went to do some research I read a couple of lines and then realised, hold on, I have heard of this band before, and it was a band I did about 3-4 months ago. Did a track of theirs called Countdown, and having gone back and had a brief look at the reaction video I did there, I was very torn about this band. They were very confusing to me because vocally they sounded like a pop band. They have 3 different vocalists in the band. They've got female clean vocals, male clean vocals, and they do have some growled vocals. And for the most part, like I said, they sounded like a pop band, but with metal music in the background. It was very confusing, and I was unsure what I thought of it, because it was a bit of an overload for my head at the time. And I said, you know, I should come back and revisit them, you know, try and get a more clear view of what they sounded like. And this track was suggested to me. It was a track called The Nexus. So, having revisited that old video, I kind of know what I'm in for, but I'm still not sure. Because, like I said, it was a very confusing band. I don't think I ever actually came to a good conclusion, or any kind of conclusion about the band, because I just didn't know what to think of it, because it was so confusing. So, we're going to look, like I said, we're going to look at a track called The Nexus today. It'll be interesting to see how this will weigh on my previous experience with the band. So I've prattled on for 2 minutes now. I think we'll get straight to it. So yeah, The Nexus by Amaranthe. Let's see what happens.
Much good can come from the prudent use of power. One sole and preeminent power.
Will I return like myself or put it out?
See, I still can't quite grasp the strangeness of this band. I mean, the music in the background is very, very good, although this one has got a lot more electronic music than the Countdown track that I reacted to. You know, this has got the sort of digitised keyboards and whatnot in the background, whereas Countdown didn't really have so much of that. They had more of the heavy sort of guitars. And when I listened to Countdown, I likened the music in the background to Rammstein. It had a very Rammstein-esque feel to the riffs and the sound of the guitars. Again, this is different. I mean, it's still quite heavy, you know, chugging guitars, but it's a slightly different style. But still, the vocal styles just really throw me through a loop. Because, you know, they've all got great voices. I can't deny that. But, excuse me, it's just confusing. Because you've got her with, you know, her clean vocals, well executed. Then you've got this guy, Andy, who's got, like, the guttural sort of growls, sort of the more sort of befitting to the style of music in the background. And then you've got Jake, who's got the clean, almost power metal-like vocals. You know, like I said, they're all very good at what they do. You know, they've got great voices. It's just the combination of all of those voices with the unusual music in the background. It's just very confusing. But again, like I said with the first track, it's kind of catchy, but I still don't know how I feel about it. I'm not sure as to the meaning of the song either. It looks like it could be a song about, you know, like empowering yourself and pushing forward when everything's trying to push back at you. You know, don't let anybody get you down. Rise up, move forward, be the change that you want to be. Because it says, right now I want to be the enemy, I hide, empower our remedy. Step up, get your game on, get your pride back, never back down. So, you know, it sounds like, with that line, I want to be the enemy, it's like I want to fight against, like, the governments and whatnot. You know, it might not necessarily mean governments, but it's like, I want to fight back against the people oppressing me. It says, step up, get your game on, get your pride back, never back down. So sort of like, you know, having been repressed and stuff, you know, you've sort of lost, you know, you've lost your sense of pride, you're sort of not the person you should be. So it's like, come on, stand up, get your game face on, fight to get back the pride that you've lost, and don't back down no matter what they put against you. That's what it seems to be. It says, as I open my eyes, I see my shadow. Will I return like myself or parted atoms? So it's like, when I don't know whether that's suggesting, like, if I fight back, will I return triumphant as I should be, or will I die in the process? You know, or, you know, will I return like myself, or parted atoms? Parted atoms suggest to me, like, you know, dying. You know, so it's like, will I come back as myself, who I should be, or will I die trying? Possibly. I have the will inside my mind, there is a voice I can't deny, so it's like your brain urging you to go forward. I will break with the past, set the Nexus free at last, as a future will be there to save us. Trapped in my skin, see the Nexus in my dreams, but will you bury me within? So it's like, break from the past, like, forget what's happened, push forward, make your own future. And then it carries on, yeah, I rise, so you can be a part of me. I hide as part of the machinery. I've stepped on the wires, feeding the flames to burn higher. Higher. Anyway, and then it goes, and as the darkness reveals, I see no reason for me to reach for the cure. I'm my own demon. I kept the secrets in my mind. There's a voice I can't deny, and then it goes into that chorus again. I will break from the past, set the Nexus free at last, etc. So it certainly seems to be about, you know, rise up, fight against oppression, the people who are oppressing you. And there's the line there, I'm my own demon. It's sort of like, finding your inner strength, your inner demon to fight back, and there's no reason that you should hide that. You should be who you want to be and push forward with whatever strength you have. That's what it seems to be. I could be wrong. Anyway, we'll carry on. I've waffled on there for a bit too long. Let's carry on. Well, there we go. That was The Nexus by Amaranthe. I really don't know. It's such a confusing band for me, because musically they are brilliant. I mean, there was an awesome guitar solo in there, and they are obviously a very, very talented group. And Andy, the guy with the guttural, growled metal vocals, sounds like it should go with the music. But the power metal style vocals as well kind of fit as well. It's just very confusing, because like I've said in the previous video, it sounds like a pop group with metal music in the background, and it's very weird. And the music is very, very catchy. I mean, the actual songs are really catchy, they're quite energetic, and but it's just, I don't know if it's something I would actually go out of my way to listen to, but if it's on, I will listen to it. It's such a weird band. I can't get my head around it. It's really bizarre. But as I was saying before, I do believe the song is suggesting, getting up and fighting against oppressors and stuff like that. I could be drastically wrong. Drastically wrong? What? But, yeah. Interesting song. Pretty decent meaning. And like I said, incredibly catchy. And again, I said this about the first track as well. It reminds me of another band, but I cannot place my finger on who. It's really quite annoying. But yeah, I'm going to leave that as it is, because I still can't quite comprehend the band properly. So I will again have to revisit them to try and find more, because this song it's quite different from the last one in the style of the music. So yeah, I'm definitely going to have to come back and look at them again, but I will leave that as it is for now. Okay, there's someone doing construction in the back. Excuse me. If anybody would like to suggest a track for me to react to, then please do so by all means. You can drop a comment in the comment section below, or message me on my Facebook or my Instagram. There are links for those in the description below. Just know that if you do make a suggestion, it will take me a while to get around to it. I get suggested dozens of tracks every single day, and the list grows faster than I can record the videos. So rest assured, I write down every track I get suggested. I write down every suggestion I get, so it will get done. It will just take a while to get around to it. Also, Metalhead React is a proud supporter of the Sophie Lancaster Foundation. They are a British-based charity whose main purpose is to put an end to hate crimes, mostly those that are aimed towards people of the alternative subculture, like listening to alternative music or dressing in alternative fashion and the like. It's a very worthwhile charity, in my opinion, because, you know, this is something that happens very, very regularly, but doesn't get enough recognition. You know, every single day, people are getting verbally and physically attacked for the style of music that they listen to, for the style of clothing that they wear. And it makes no sense. It's a pointless endeavour. It's not going to change people's minds about the style of musical clothes that they wear. You know, you wouldn't go down the street and beat someone up because they like a different flavour crisps to you. You wouldn't go down the street and beat someone up because, you know, they like a different flavour ice cream to you, or because they like drinking Pepsi over Coca-Cola. You know, you don't beat people up for these things, so why beat them up for having a different taste in music? You know, it's pointless, it's stupid, it accomplishes nothing. It doesn't make you big, it doesn't make you clever. You know, the people who attack people for their style of music are only doing it to try and look big and clever and tough in front of their friends. That's all it is. Because you'll always find that when these people set upon you, you know, either shouting abuse at you or physically attacking you, it's never just one person. There's always 2, 3, 4. There's always a group, because they want to look big in front of their friends, because they want to look tough. You know, and it's pathetic. I mean, just last night, I went out for a drink. And I live in a tiny little village in the back end of nowhere, you know, completely cut off from everywhere else. And for the most part, the people in the village are really nice. And as I was walking through the village, on my way to the bar, a car, not from this village, drove through, packed to the brim with normal people, and as they drove past me, they felt the need to stick their head out of the window and yell an insult at me as the car drove past. What is the point? The only reason they did it is because there was a group of them. If they were walking along the street on their own, they wouldn't have said anything. They wouldn't have done anything. You know, they're just trying to make themselves look big and clever and hard in front of their mates. And it's pathetic, it's childish, it's stupid. You know, and they're attacking people for this reason, just because they want to make themselves look big. And it doesn't make you look big, it makes you look pathetic. You know. And, you know, if you know the story about the Sophie Lancaster Foundation, I mean, this girl was beaten to death just because a group of teenagers, or group of youths, well, I don't know how old they were, didn't like the way she was dressed. And, you know, they thought, you know what, I'm going to try and look big in front of my mates, and I'm going to beat her up because she's different. You know, they attacked her and her boyfriend. Her boyfriend survived, thankfully, but unfortunately, she was beaten to death. And all because of the clothes she was wearing, and all because these people wanted to look big and clever in front of their mates. It's disgusting, it's sickening, and it needs to stop. And it needs more recognition, because people every single day are getting attacked in this fashion for those reasons. You know, it's happened to me many, many times. It's happened to many of my friends many times, and I'm sure I know there are people watching that have had it, because I've had several comments about it as well. You know, I've had people telling me, you know, they've been attacked because of the style of music, and, you know, I've had people telling me they've been attacked because they have disabilities. You know, that's disgusting. You know, seeing a disabled person and attacking them, that's beyond contemptible. You know, it's disgusting, and it needs to stop. And this is what the Sophie Lancaster Foundation is working towards. You know, because they don't want another family to have to go through what they went through. You know, they suffered the loss of a child just because people didn't like the way she dressed and the music she listened to. It's unacceptable. If you'd like to find out more about the Sophie Lancaster Foundation, there is a link to their website in the description below. You can go over there, find out what they're working on at the moment, find out more about what they're working towards, because they can explain it damn sight better than I can, because I go off on random tangents and waffle on for ages. You know, and if you can help them in any way, even something as simple as one of these Sophie wristbands, or even that one, you know, any little bit helps, you know, every little bit helps, and it makes a huge difference. And sooner or later, you know, we will succeed in putting an end to all of this. You know, sooner or later, some good is going to come of this. Well, good has already come of it, but you know, sooner or later, you know, it's going to get more recognition, and you know, this, you know, they're going to accomplish their goal to stamp out prejudice, hatred, and intolerance everywhere. But I'm going to leave that as it is. Thank you all very, very much for watching. See you again soon. Bye bye.